as I see each one of you, rather I see all of you, I can sense in each one of you a profound care and concern for the crisis. And so I would like to share what I'm going to share with a sense of real hope that when so many care for what should be done, God will use that to bring about what is impossible in human terms. I believe, and I must apologize, that I understand Naga means only very, very little and it will not serve the purpose here. So I'm sorry that I'm going to give only in English. I believe FNR is doing the right thing this evening with this solemn moment to express fellow human solidarity with all the people of Manipur. I'm sure we will feel deeply inadequate to respond to the realities this moment of prayer, watch, and vigil will reveal to us. And as we start to see the interconnection of all the issues in the crisis that is spreading, I certainly feel inadequate. Yet, we must do this by understanding what Jesus meant when he taught, "Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven." It is said to be poor in spirit, yet willing to reach out to help one another makes us usable by God. And we have to understand now that we have no choice but to live willingly and joyously the way Jesus taught. In a dangerous world with overwhelming problems and needs, all of us have, in the strongest possible ways, condemned what has been happening for far too long in Manipur. We should continue to do so, as they are unspeakably wrong and will be ultimately destructive to all of us. What is happening in our neighbor state, just a few hours from here, can easily happen in Nagaland and right across our increasingly volatile northeast region. If that is what Delhi has decided should happen, unfortunately, we are deeply disturbed and angry that we have such a suspicion growing in our minds. At a time like this, intelligent speculation is a freedom we should resort to and work out how we are to care for our whole region. But whatever we may say about Manipur in our searching together like this, there is no room for us, there is no room in us for any self-righteousness or shallow judging. Make no mistake, the same human weaknesses and failures in those who committed the horrific horrors are in us also in equal measures. If Jesus were to appear on the scene today, will he not say to us, "Let him who is without sin cast the first stone"? I am not suggesting we can rationalize or explain away wrongs and evil acts as anything but just evil and wrong, and cannot be tolerated. We are, at this time, we have to say, in faith and trust that it will not be misunderstood, or that it will be understood in the spirit in which it is asked. We are shocked by the fact that women enabled the police to give other women to be so horribly treated. We have to say, whether it is by us or anybody, it is not right in this world. Yet we say this with this understanding that we condemn their act, but we understand the intensity of the desperateness of the crisis that they felt, which has made them to do all these things. I believe we are seeing now that what we now need is to know is that the situation has shifted into history. What we have known for so far and the perspectives we have lived with have shifted into history, and we all have to correctly understand how we are to develop the answer for all of us. Not just for us, but for the whole Northeast. The fears, insecurity, doubts, confusion, and frustration because of our geopolitical situation, surrounded by so many that they are way beyond our size and numbers, which are deeply felt by all of us, but ignored and left unexamined because the sacrifice of selfishness and discipline demanded by each one of us in the new situation is high. And that has produced the Manipur upheaval and disorder. The same irresponsibility by all will not just the ones we call leaders, by all, will produce the same uncontrollable crisis in Nagaland too. Right at this stage, whatever we say, we know we are saying something that will bring a sustainable solution that will go into the future. We see that whatever we say is very inadequate. And that some of the things we say can be hopelessly misunderstood. But one thing we must not underestimate is the crucial importance of developing healthy relationship among all the communities and tribes of the Northeast, so that mutual goodwill and mutual trust among all of us becomes a reality. Now that seems distant, but if we will say that we are also in need of a lot of changes in our thinking and living, and take care of where we ourselves have done the wrongs, others will begin to trust us. And as they do that, we will also trust them. And if that kind of mutual trust and goodwill comes in, Northeast will have a common stability which will become developable. And what we need is developable Northeast. We are not the developable region now. I shall end by quoting something that a great British lady thinker said. She was thinking of the First and Second World War and all the consequences out of that. And she said this: war is a judgment that overtakes societies when they have been living upon ideas that conflict too violently with the laws governing the universe. Never think that wars are irrational catastrophes. They happen when wrong ways of thinking and living bring about intolerable situations. Dorothy L. Sayers. I believe all of us will see that it describes our situation. May God help us, grant us the grace of obedience so that He will be able to use us. Thank you.